In this video, we will implement the login screen for Uber app. So here is our login screen. We do have text here, that is enter your mobile number, then comes text field, and there are several buttons and a little bit of text. So let's implement it. We will head over to our project, go to the common section, and inside view we will add a new folder, naming it auth screens. Then here comes a new file. It's going to be login screen.dart. We will go with a stateful widget. It's going to be login screen, and here we will return safe area and style. It's going to be scaffold. Okay, so now here we do need to import material. Okay, just come up here, go top, copy this line, and boom, it will work. So here comes body, and it's going to be a list view. Children, yeah. So we do need to introduce padding here. It's going to be edge insets dot symmetric, horizontal gonna be 3.w, and vertical it's going to be 2.h. And here we have to introduce a little bit of spacing first. Let's go with a size box with a height of 1.h, and there comes our text widget. So here we have to write down enter your mobile number, and the style is going to be app text style dot body 80. Let's save it. Then next comes up is another size box, same here, height going to be 1.h, and then comes a row widget. So let's go to main, and here let's go with login screen. Let's come up here, and here in row we will go with children, and let's add another line that's going to be main axis alignment dot space between. So why we are going with this row? So now we will implement this, that is the country code and then the phone number. So here we will go with inkwell on tap, and then here's going to be a child here. So the child it's going to be a container, height it's going to be 6.h, width it's going to be 20.w, alignment it's going to be alignment dot center, and then decoration, box decoration, border radius it's going to be border radius dot circular 8.sp. Then comes up color, it's going to be gray, and then comes up border dot all color gray. It's going to be and the color of the container it's going to be gray shade 2. Let's save it, and let's add a little bit of commas here. Okay, so we do need to introduce some fields here, or you can say some variables here. So we will come up at the top and we will introduce some variables. So let's copy them and paste it here. So the first thing is mobile number controller. The next is the selected country code, login button pressed false, and a list. So we have introduced a new class here. Inside the common section, you will find another folder, or you can say you can add up another folder, and we have to go with a new file, naming it assetgen. So what's the main purpose of this file is that it will basically create us SVG images. So we will share the location of the SVG images, and it's going to share us a variable name. So here are some of the images, and this is the class assetgen image. Okay, so don't worry, I will just share you the codes. There is nothing critical, it's just generating SVG images against the location you provide them. So I will come up here, and here we do have the inkwell, and after this inkwell, okay, after this box decoration, we will go with child text, and here it's going to be selected country code, and save it. And after this inkwell, we will go with a size box. Width it's going to be 70.w, and the child is going to be a text form filled. Controller is going to be mobile number controller. Then comes up cursor. Cursor color is going to be black, and then comes up style, app, text style, text field, text style, and then comes up next is decoration. Input decoration. Here comes up content padding. It's going to be edge insets dot symmetric. Vertical it's going to be 0, and horizontal it's going to be 2.w. Let's add commas here. Let's beautify the code, and our code is beautified. The next comes up after this decoration. Oh, okay, so inside the decoration is hint text. It's going to be mobile number. Next comes up hint style. It's going to be app. App text style dot hint style. Okay, wait, where are you? Here it is. And next comes a border. Next comes a border. It's going to be outline input border. Border radius, it's going to be border radius dot circular a dot sp. Border side is going to be color gray. Okay, let's save it. So we'll copy this border and paste it 3 times more. We will go for focused border, disabled border, and enabled border. Okay, now let's save it. Now let's run our app. So before we run our app, let's come up here, we after this row we will introduce a little bit of free space. Size box, it's going to be height 2.h, and then here we will introduce an elevated button. So throughout the app we will be using multiple times elevated button. So let's do a thing, let's build a common elevated button. So for that I will head over to the common section, and inside widgets I will go and create a new file, naming it elevated button common.dart. We will go for a stateless widget, and it's going to be elevated button common, and what it's going to return, it's going to return an elevated button. Okay, so we do need some parameters here, so let's introduce those parameters. What we do need: final void callback on pressed. Okay, I think so we do have some kind of typos here. Void call back. Yeah, so the next it's going to be final widget child. Next going to be final color background color. It's going to be the background color of our elevated button. Final double height, final double width, double border radius. So now we do need to accept those parameters. So required this dot child, required this dot on pressed, required this dot background color, required this dot height, required this dot width, this dot border radius. So for border radius we did not introduce the required parameter, so it's good now. So we'll remove the const here, and here on pressed we will pass widget dot okay, we will just simply pass on pressed. Okay, so it's going to be a stateful widget instead of a stateless, and yeah, good. So let's remove this extra imports. Child is there, on pressed is there, so we do need to add style parameter. It's going to be elevated button dot style from, and then background color, it's going to be widget dot background color. Then comes up minimum size, widget dot width, widget dot height. Then we will add a little bit of commas here. We will save this one, and after size we're gonna go with shape. It's going to be rounded rectangular border. border radius, it's going to be border radius dot circular widget dot border radius, and if it's null, it's going to be 6 dot sp. So let's introduce commas here, and we do need to import the sizer package. Yeah, so here we are good to go. So we have to move our child, and it's in the last. Okay, we do have our elevated button. Now we'll head over to the login screen, and here we will introduce the elevated button. Elevated button common. So here child, it's going to be login button pressed, then const center login button pressed equals to true. Then here it will return circular progress indicator, else it will return text continue, and the style is going to be app text style dot body small 12 bold dot copy width color white. Let's save it. We have to move the child property to the last. Here we do have this on press thing. Let's for now leave it blank. Background color it's going to be black, and height is going to be 6.h, width going to be 94.w. Here we will introduce const. Okay, so there is another thing which we do need to introduce here in this inkwell. So here whenever the user taps on this button, we should show him or her a phone number selector widget. So here it's going to be show country picker context and on select value set state. It's going to be selected country code equals to value dot country code, sorry, phone code. And yeah, so now let's run the app, and here we do have this beautiful screen till now. So here we do have our elevated button, mobile number, and here a button through which we can select country code. So it's because we have added a package here, and let's have a look onto that package. It's country picker. Okay, so let's look onto the functionality of this country picker. So we tap here, we can just go with any country. So let's tap on Argentina, and we have the phone number code of Argentina. Let's go and go up to this country, and here we do have that countries, or you can say suppose you want to search any country. Let's say United Arab Emirates, and here it is. So let's come back to India, and here we have the India. So the next thing which comes up is this or divider, and inside that this buttons. So let's implement this.